Donald Trump is greatest threat to world peace, ahead of Putin and Kim Jong-un, Germans say in new poll.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germans perceive President Donald Trump as a greater threat to world peace than other top world leaders, according to a new survey from YouGov. The poll, commissioned by German news agency dpa, found that 41% of Germans feel Trump is the most dangerous of 5 globally important leaders, a list which included Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and Chinese President Xi Jinping. By contrast, the world leader rated most dangerous by the second largest share of Germans was Kim, who was selected by 17% of respondents. In 2018, Germans held a similar opinion about Trump, in relation to other world leaders, according to a comparable YouGov survey. Despite this and other, more regional issues, German residents identified the American president as the greatest hurdle to world peace in the YouGov poll. Skepticism of Trump among Germans may also be the result of a broader mismatch between American attitudes toward Germans and vice versa. The Pew Research Center found in 2018 that about 2/3 of Americans thought relations with Germany were good, while just 42% of Germans thought so. The combination of strategic importance and declining confidence helps explain why Germans are so keenly aware of the American president, especially above other world leaders.
This post received a score of 5,206, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The English all have what America's having.
Boris even looks like Trump.
Rest assured there is a back room somewhere that asked the question, what will get idiots to line up to vote to keep the capitalism machine rolling? And the answer was, a theater of ignorance to make them feel like they have real power, and then everyone voted against their self-interests.
I thought the answer would be bad hair, but okay.
Article doesn't explain the reasoning.
Welcome to Reading Newsweek.
Sources say.
What's the source of the poll? They don't link to it, and Google shows up empty.
It's a YouGov poll commissioned by German news agency dpa.
Kim Jong-un, a guy who threatens the world a weekly basis with ICBM strikes. Putin, a guy who literally invaded a sovereign country and annexed land and kills his political opponents. Xi Jinping, a dictator for life that puts people in actual concentration camps. Or Trump, a corrupt a-hole who is racist and says mean things on Twitter. Oh, the horror. I hope he doesn't put up a scary Trump hotel or golf course near me or my family. While I hate Trump and while he is a danger to the world, saying he the greatest threat makes you wonder if they polled people at CNN for this.
I think it is because he is an instigator. He has pushed both Iran and North Korea to new brinks and massively exacerbated rifts between parties in the US and the typical citizen and the media. His rhetoric and tools are parroted by other, literally evil leaders, like Erdogan. Small moves in the US make massive waves because of the size of the ship.
Greater than massively exacerbated rifts between parties in the US and the typical citizen and the media. This was occurring before his election, hence why it was possible.
Yeah, Trump threatening to invade Taiwan if they don't vote in the free elections the way he wants them to is a real problem. Luckily President Xi is there to calm everything sown with his aircraft carrier in the Taiwan Strait.
Goes to show you just how fucking terrible Germans see Trump as when nearly 6 times as many Germans think he's the biggest threat over Xi. And ILOLED at your bit about an aircraft carrier in the Taiwan Strait to calm everything down. Just like the Navy vessels calming things down in the South China Sea. LMAO.
How many wars has Trump initiated? How many area in the Middle East have we increased our military footprint? Looks at China expanding territory in Asia.
The media loves war, absolutely loves it. Do you remember when Trump bombed the air base in Syria after the reports that Assad used chemical weapons? The headlines literally read that Trump was finally acting presidential. I'm not fan of Trump, but I think it's crazy that people would rather have the warmongering W. Bush in office just because Trump says mean things on Twitter.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.